I reckon we're going to bring on your next two acts here. We're fucking flying here with a great crowd here. What have we got? Who have we got? We got Irish on next. This absolute legend. So let's start clapping. Let's lift it up. Go crazy for my man Irish.
I know what you're thinking. He said Irish, and you thought we love Irish people. They're really fucking happy and whimsical down there. Then I started talking. You're like, fuck, we got one of the grumpy ones. And then your second thought was, did that motherfucker just bring a backpack up here? You're like, is he going to take that with him when he leaves? And what the fuck do we do if he doesn't? There was Northern Irish people on the front row, you with a fucking hair, Jesus Christ. So whatever he fucking does, that's what you do. Is that your mum? If me and your mum's gonna do something really weird in a minute. It's in a couple of jokes' time, they're all gonna fucking love it. She is not. The people in the front row are also asking ourselves another question. They're saying, Irish mate, what the fuck are you wearing on your feet? Aren't you? As you've seen it, don't look. Right? Look at the fucking state of them. You know what I'm saying? I am from a council estate in Belfast. And my wife thought, this will be a nice present for my husband. I thought, they look expensive, right? They look expensive. I was like, how much do they cost? She was like, 600 quid. I was fucking furious. So fucking furious. I missed the bit where she said, per shoe. Honest to God, the ladies know what this means. Yeah, I have only ever seen shoes like these on high-end porn actresses. You know what I mean? The irony that the most expensive thing I fucking own, and they're essentially a pair of MILF slippers. My wife said to me, she says, I was going to a wedding in Belfast. She said, you wear them shoes, you let people know how well you're doing. I'm like, Northern Irish people, I mean, they're not a knee-camping offence. But someone will remove them from me and beat the shit out of me with them. And I call that lady Mum. One of my mates said to me, he says, Irish mate, I didn't know they fucking Christian Louboutin did shoes for men. They fucking don't. So I do that thing, the thing you do, when you're out of town, you phone back and you have that Saturday night drinks with your mate, and you talk, you reminisce about old times, you talk about the old days, right? And this is where the weird shit's going to happen over in this corner in a minute. So I come off the phone, right? My teenage son comes up to me and he says, hey, Dad, what's a wank bank? I wasn't sure whether I knew, do you explain it, do you not explain it? So I decide to explain it, especially when I'm on stage. And young people, before technology and instant porn, you would have to find someone that you found attractive. And what you would do, right, is you would walk up to that person and you'd look them dead in the eye and you go, you're quite pretty. And you just do this, you go, click. And you're in the wank bank now. About midnight tonight, you're going to feel a flutter in your fanny. You're going to be wondering, what is that? That is a ginger Northern Irishman wanking over you. I always like to put it, what's your name? Monica, good. You like to put a face to a name, And just because I need to explain to the audience that I am a massive asshole, I went to school with that woman. I haven't seen her in over 20 years. She paid for my lunch today. And just so we're clear, when we were at school, I fancied the fucking pants off her. So tonight's wank won't be a first go. Nice to see you again. I will be seeing you later. So who has? We fucking. So you're not the favorite, right? That's what we've established. I have 3 kids, and I have a favorite. My youngest child is my favorite, and people say that shit. They go, "Oh, you can't have a favorite kid." That is a load of bollocks. I've only been on here 5 minutes. I've already got a favorite person in this room. But my youngest is my favorite, right? And she wanted to get the TikTok. Right, she's 10 years old, she wanted the TikTok, and my wife and I, we sort of disagreed about this. So I did what all brave husbands do. I waited for my wife to go to the shops. And then I downloaded the TikTok. Husbands, don't do that. And I'll give you the reason why. I have never been more wrong more fast in my entire fucking life. My 10-year-old daughter watches this video, walks straight up to me. She goes, "Hey, Dad, high five." I got to high five this little cunt. She slipped that high five and she punched me straight in the balls. Ladies and gentlemen, I work from home. I was cross-legged as fuck. It's like a ball sandwich. It's one ball into the other ball into the chair. And I'm not a biologist, but your bollocks are directly connected to your fucking lungs. You get a good ball shot, you lose the ability to breathe. I lost the ability to sit. I rolled out of the chair. I was in the fetal position, just watching this kid run out of the room, laughing her ass off. And I crawled to the toilet. And young lady, what you do not know, is that when a man gets a good ball shot, he can't sit in the toilet normal. No. There's none of this shit. We're wide-legged. We're giving it the fucking beans. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And then their balls are swinging in the breeze. And you looked at my balls, you dirty bitch. I don't even know your name. What's your name? Brilliant, Laura. Thanks, nice to meet you. Anyway, so every now and again, what the man will do, he'll reach down just to make sure they're still there. I don't know why I'm doing this so intensely to your face. You have a little check. So I hear my wife coming back from the shops, and I'm like, I need to go and tell her that I fucked up. As I get to the living room, you know what I hear? "Hey, Mum, high five." My God, I didn't know that, but your mummy daddy button connected to your fucking lungs too. Because when I walked into that living room, my wife was lying on the floor in the fetal position. Kids running past me, laughing her ass off again. But what she learnt that day is you don't punch balls. You get punch balls, get away with it. Punch a funny bone. Woo! 15 minutes later, we're in the doctor's office. Like, got 4 nurses looking at me. "So, Mr. McMahon, how did your daughter hurt her wrist?" And the way down I practiced, I was like, "She fell off her bike." But under the pressure of 4 nurses looking at me, you know what I said out loud? "She punched her mum in the pussy." I shit you not, the lead nurse looks at me and she goes, "TikTok." Explains we get like 3 or 4 kids a week in here because it's a viral video for a reason. And she says to me, "Yeah, because I think it's funny." I was like, "Fucking hell, it's a pandemic." It's a shit joke, but I love it. So my wife's feeling uncomfortable now. So she's like, I'm going to go in, come out, we'll find out what's going on. She comes out and she says, daughter had a sprained wrist, by the way, it was nothing serious. My wife comes out and she says, "It's got bad news for you. No sex for 3 months. I, again, was fucking furious. But not about the no sex thing. I've been banging that fanny for 15 years. Not so much as a fucking bruise. You know what I mean? I've gone after that thing like an angry woodpecker. Nothing. It was on that day I found out I've got less punching power than a 10-year-old girl. I'll leave you this, right? So I was at this wedding that with the shoes definitely didn't get a sign in, right? But I was at this wedding, so I was over and I went over to see my brother, and I go into his house, and I'm in the Navy, so I work with a lot of people called Rupert and fucking Frederick and all them dickheads. You know what I mean? I came from the ground up, so I still sound like me, where they sound like, well, assholes, to be quite honest with you. But the thing about accents, and mine's quite strong, as you can hear, there's lots of strong accents, proud Scousers in this room. You got some good accents, some Northern Irish people here. And that's the thing, right? It softens when you go down to the south of England. So when I step into my brother's house, I get a phone call from my mate, and I shit you not, this guy's name is Rupert Cash. Poshest fucking bloke I've ever spoke to. And I'm like, no, sorry, Rupert, it's a little bit nefarious. I'm afraid we'll have to chat about that on Monday. Ta-ta for now. Hung up the phone. My brother's in the living room. He stands up and he's looking at me fucking furious. He still lives in a council estate in Belfast. This kid's angry and he goes, when did I get a posh prick for a brother? And I just looked at my wife and I went, you tell him I'm not a posh prick. You know what she said? Ask him what he had for breakfast. I had a poached egg. Some smashed avocado. Some shavings of smoked salmon. My brother looked me straight in the eye and he just went, what a cunt. Just walked out the room. My dad was there. He didn't say a fucking word, just stood up, followed him out. Sorry for dropping the C-bomb. I was going to apologise for dropping the C-bomb, then I remembered I'm in fucking Liverpool. You cunts don't care. So I go over to the sofa, though, and I sit down, and I'm like, I'm not a posh prick. I haven't changed that much. I'm not a posh prick. And I look down, and all I could see were these fucking shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ivan Irish, thank you very much.
Keep it going, the Irish, everybody. That was funny, lad.